There are things in this world that to me define logic on how they were formed, and this piece of quote-unquote natural formation is one of them. Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. If you don't know what's going on here, I am a horror artist and I like to draw what I talk about in the videos. Now, nothing is meant to be insensitive to anyone who was mentioned in the videos, and the information that I have found is not my opinion, I found it on the internet, so don't shoot the messenger. And before we get into the video, I just want to tell everyone who has any concerns about me at the moment because of what I have been going through with antidepressants, I am starting to feel better. It's very slow. It's now a month since I went back on them, and it's been brutal, but it's also been slow, but I am getting there. I'm starting to get back into things, and cross fingers. I'm hoping to still keep releasing videos every week. I'm very behind. Like, I'm basically releasing these videos just before my timeline. So, my time that I upload. So yeah, I'm just nicking, that, but I'm trying my best. I'm starting to get a bit more motivation back. I'm trying my best to start getting some of these videos out and starting to get a bit of a backlog just in case something happens again and I get sick or something, like that. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with the video. I first learned about this piece of damn fine so-called rock back when I started watching Ancient Aliens, and it's called the Devil's Tower, or aka Bear Lodge Butte. This butte is located in the Bear Lodge Range district of Black Hills, near Hulett and Sundance in Crook County, Wyoming. It is 265 meters high from top to bottom and is 1,347 acres around, but the most unique thing about this thing is it is completely flat on top, nearly like a landing pad, but we'll get into that a little bit later. The names given to this monolith are Bear's House, Bear's Lodge, or Bear's Tippy, Home of the Bear, or Bear's Lair, Tree Rock, Great Greyhorn, and Brown Buffalo Horn. But the name Devil's Tower was apparently misinterpreted in 1875 by Colonel Richard Irving Dodge from Bad God's Tower. So apparently he said Bad God's Tower, but it was interpreted as, Devil's Tower. It's said that the monolith is made up of laccolith, an igneous material that is formed by lava coming up from the earth and forming this hard hexagonal rock once cooled. But scientists and geologists have really no idea how it was formed. It's popular amongst climbers who are drawn to climbing this massive rock. This place is sacred to over 20 Native American tribes and was the first national monument declared in 1906 by President Theodore Teddy Roosevelt. Colored cloths are often left and found at the base of the monolith as a sacred offering from the American Indian tribes and is worshipped by several of the tribes. Some of the tribes have even petitioned to get the name changed to Bear Lodge. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that Devil's Tower was featured in Steven Spielberg's 1977 movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which is allegedly based on real events of alien encounters that happened similar to how the movie went, and the UFO lands on top of the tower in the movie. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I covering this? What could possibly be creepy and weird about this monolith? Well, over the years, I have heard a lot of conspiracies about this tower, and I wanted to list them in this video today because when I heard these, they did get me thinking. One thing about this tower is that it's the only thing for miles that looks like it. There is no other formation around it. To me, that's a little weird, and apparently there is a lot of very strange things that happen there, and it is a very strange place. So here, I'm going to now rattle off a list of conspiracies and legends about Devil's Tower that I found on the internet. So right now, don't shoot the messenger. This is not what I have come up with. There is an evil spirit that lives there. According to locals, the evil spirit gets into a rage and causes thunderstorms, severe lightning, and a complete downpour of rain that can send residents into a panic. There is a lot of negative energy there too. All Native American myths relate to bears, from young boys being chased by bears and the god Wakantanka, who began to rise the land to save the boys, to 7 maids being chased by bears, so the Great Spirit rescued them and placed them on top of the tower. The marks that adorn the side of the tower are apparently giant bear claws. The Devil's Tower was a landing pad for UFOs. I think this theory came about from the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, as I talked about before, but there has been a lot of speculation that UFOs used to land there, hence the top was flat, completely flat. It's like a landing pad. According to Brad Olson and his Sacred Places North America 108 Destinations book, odd phenomena has been reported there, such as strange lights, UFOs, and apparitions. But was the book fact or fiction? The tower was speculated to be hollow, but apparently it is solid. Legends state that there was a lot of caves inside and it housed a lot of gold, but no gold was ever found. Now, here is the most controversial conspiracy of all, and I know that someone in the comment section is going to go rogue on this piece of information, but the tower resembles a tree stump and may have been a massive tree 120 million years ago and is now petrified. They apparently found back in 2017 a massive complex root system down deep, about 8 kilometers deep and 14 kilometers wide in the earth, but this has since been debated and denied. Scientists came out and said that there was no root system, but are they scientists to believe? Honestly, I don't know what to believe or who to believe, but the website Infinities News has a statement about, had a statement about this particular monolith, but it has been since taken down. Now, getting back to the monolith being made of magma or volcanic matter, they say that this is what it's made out of apparently, but apparently there was no volcanic activity near it, or it itself is not a volcano. But who's to say that there wasn't a channel that happened to be under the ground there and it just came out and just spewed magma layers up into the sky and made that formation? Now we'll go into a story about Devil's Tower. A man parachuted right on top of Devil's Tower. A man named George Hopkins parachuted on top of Devil's Tower on the 1st of October 1941 after striking a bet with a friend that he could parachute on top for $50. Now, that would have been a lot of money back then. The plan was to land on top, then climb down by a rope, and be the first one to do this, as he was a man who spent his life trying to do parachuting records and challenge himself. He ended up doing it and landing on top, but then he couldn't get down and became stranded for 6 days on top, as the gear that was meant to get him down was overshot by the plane that he obviously jumped out of. And the plane had then, another plane had to then drop supplies to him and got him his rope as well. But apparently the rope that they gave him was short by 200 feet, so he still couldn't get down. A Navy helicopter was apparently going to rescue him, but it was apparently too dangerous. An experienced climber named Jack Durrance decided to personally retrieve him. Durrance climbed the tower and got Hopkins down after a 9-hour operation. Now, this thing is definitely a very interesting monument, and it would have been amazing to see how this thing came about. Now, there is a lot of theories out there, whether or not some of them are cover-ups by the mainstream, scientists, but who knows? What do you think? What do you think this thing is? Do you think it was naturally formed? Do you think it's alien-made? Do you think it was once a massive tree? Let me know in the comments below what you think, because personally, I really don't know. To me, it looks like rock. From a distance, it does look like a tree stump. Who knows? I want more proof to make my decision. Because, like I said, there is a lot of opinions out there about what this thing is, and it would have to be some pretty fucking fantastic evidence for me to sort of make me believe that this thing could be a tree. Like, if it's got the root systems, like, if anyone's got any information out there for me to go and look at, let me know where to see pictures of this thing. If the root system was there, like, apparently there's photos floating around out there of the root system, but they could have been doctored, they could have been made up, they could be AI. Who really knows? Or was this thing something else? Like, do you think it could be something else? I must admit, it is definitely odd that it's just sitting out there in the middle of nowhere when there's nothing else around it that looks anything like it. But anyway, the illustration that I decided to do for this story today, I'm still not happy with this. I'm still not drawing 100%. I really, my last two illustrations I have not been happy with. I just can't seem to be happy with anything. So this is another piece that I'm not happy with. It's just simple. There's not a lot of detail in the background, but I just wanted the monster that this is just my brain's interpretation of what it could have been and why it was chopped in half. Maybe it was this monster that was chopping people in half, and yeah, it's got like these wooden blade arms and just went shoo, straight through people on the ground. No, I did draw people, a couple of people cut in half. They're not very detailed. They're actually quite shit. But it was, like I said, I wanted the main focus to be on the monster, nothing else, anything else in the background, has very little detail and it just looks crap. But yeah, it's just this monster with this big hole in its head. It's got teeth around this hole as well. Like, it's just, yeah, my execution of this, not happy with it at all. But like I said, I'm trying to draw again. I'm trying to get back into everything. It is a little bit hard, but yeah, I'm getting there. I am starting to feel better. So, yeah, it's just got to get more and more improvement. And then I'm hoping that my mind's going to be more, clearer and all that sort of stuff. And I can start producing better artwork that I'm happy with. So anyway, that is it from me. I am out of here. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe, do all that good shit that lets me get higher up in the algorithm and more people find me. Dislike this, I couldn't care less, because it all goes towards me getting discovered. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.